Guys, it's Van Diesel back at again with another Future Car Buddy Fight deck profile. I just got my customizations yesterday from Buddy Mark, who I'll be putting down in the description below. So I've been holding off on this one so I could get my customizations from it, and I finally did. So let's get started with my Dramagi deck profile, Dramagi, whatever you want to say. I like saying Dramagi because I can. Okay, hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. So as you can see, I got my special Yuga flag, Obvi, my Flare Mage. I did not buy the secret pack because I'm not about to spend $30 just to get one of everything that I need. So might as well not. So most of the stuff is the same as the what's it called? As the triple deck booster, but this is somewhat different. The deck is somewhat different. Okay, one copy of Owl Owl. I run him because I don't have a better Magic Roll card. But anyways, what he does is when he enters the field, choose a drag off monster from your drop zone and pay a gauge. If you do, add it to your hand. 3k power, 1 crit, and 1k defense, size 0. Basically, if you guys know what Triple Punisher was, there was like a size 0 in the Cotton World one that did the exact same thing, but the only difference was you would discard one instead of pay a gauge. But it would do the exact same thing. I run 1. It's my only size 0. I wish I had something better. Next up, 2 of Magicat. So, 5k power, 1 crit, and 1k defense. When you cast a spell, you may put the top 2 cards of your deck into your gauge. It's a once per turn effect. And it is awesome. And its other ability is that if you have a Dragon on your field, all your DD Dragon type monsters gain plus 2k power. So if you have a Dragon, this becomes a 7/1/1. And if you have the original Gargantuan Dragon, it becomes a 9/2/6. 9/2/4, I'm sorry. Okay. Now on to 2 copies of Transmirror Magidog. I like this thing better. Normally, Magidog's and Magicat's abilities are different from each other. In fact, they're normally swapped. But apparently, Magidog is the draw getter in this one, and I actually like Magidog more. You may only call Magidog once per turn, 3k power, 1k defense, critical of 2. When you enter the field, you may drop a DD Dragon Tribe card from your hand. It can be the impact, it can be a monster, it can be a spell, whatever you want. If you do put the top card of your deck into your gauge, and then you draw 2. That's actually really good because you're basically dropping 1 to charge 1 and draw 1. That's really nice. I just played this deck yesterday. I did deck out once, but it was actually a pretty good stall game. It was Greninja versus this one. 3k. Next up is Synthesis Field Magibird. 3k power, 1k defense, critical of 2. When he attacks, you may put a card from your drop zone into the soul of a monster on your field if you do draw 1. And it also has Soul Guard. That's a pretty nice plus. It draws you 1, and you can recycle your drop zone. That's a really good play. That's really nice. Hard 4 for that one. Same with Transmitter. You can cut out Owl and Magicat for them. Next up, 4 copies of just my favorite in terms of art. Magibird, the original one. 5k power, 1k defense, critical of 2. Pay a gauge, put the top card deck into its soul. When you cast a spell for this turn, this card gets double attack and it also has Soul Guard. That's really good because this deck, as you know, likes to focus on casting spells a lot. I mean, it's Magic World. If you're running a Magic World deck without spells, there is literally something wrong with you. So you basically get to use your spells to be more offensive with Magibird as well as to get resources. 4 of Transmirror Magidog. Now, I called 3 of these yesterday in that game, and I pulled none of their skills off besides the middle part, but that doesn't matter. So, 1k power, 3k defense, critical of 1. Jesus, this thing's weak. I never noticed that. When this card enters the field, if you have another DD Dragon Tribe on your field, your item can count, and your set spell can count too, if there was one. You may drop the top 2 cards of your deck. If you do, put the top card of your deck into your gauge and gain a life for each spell among them. Now, I never pulled that off. In fact, I called 3 out of the 4, and I never got any spells in there. But if you do, you gain a life and a gauge for each one. But that thing's hella weak. I never knew that. I just run it for the skill. Next up onto our size 2, 3 of Gargantua Ice Mage. 7k power, 6k defense. 6k defense, 6k power, 2 crit. Pay 2 gauge, put top card deck into its soul. Obviously, you're not going to call with that with Geovo. When this card enters the field, you gain 2 life. Then if entered by Geovo, you gain another 3 and you draw 1. It also has movement Soul Guard. That's really nice, I guess, for plusing. I've never really used that unless if I actually needed to recover. But even then, it's not that good. 3 of Daybreak Roar, you all know what he does. Pay gauge, he can be used with all flags, top card into soul. 6k power, 5k defense, critical of 2. When this card attacks, you have a Dragon Trap on your field, draw 1. Giavo, you all know what that is. At the end of the battle that this card attacked, place a drag on top of it without paying its call cost. Move and Soul Guard, really nice. Kind of like a defensive version of the original Gargantua Dragon. Speaking of the original Gargantua Dragon, 4 of the original Gargantua Dragon, but in the common version. I don't care if you call me a cheapskate for this. It came with triple Punisher, so anyone who calls me out on this, F you. Okay? My luck with packs sucks. I'm not about to spend $75 for one more copy of Garga as an ace rare, which I might actually, because it's an ace rare. Pay gauge, put top card into soul, can be used with all flags, 7k power, 4k defense, critical of 2, Giavo, and it also has double attack and soul guard. So, yeah, it's good for offensive. It's like the offensive version of Daybreak. 4 of Flare Mage, 7k power, 6k defense, critical of 2. I never explained Flare Mage skill at the beginning of this. I forgot. It's been so long since I've done one of these. Put a card from your drop zone to its soul and pay 2 gauge. There's a reason why it says that, because you can stack with Giavo if your Gio is in your drop zone. When this card attacks you, you put a spell from your drop zone on the bottom of your deck. If you do, this card gets double attack. Then, if it has a Soul Giavo, it gets quadruple attack instead. It also has Movement Soul Guard. This ability only activates once per turn. That's really nice, because it's also defensive, but it's also offensive, and you get to pick your soul. That's really nice. That's really broken. 4. I don't care. You can run Blade Mage over that, but I was just at least running like 2 as a tech option, or 4 in your sideboard. Something like that. One of my favorite Magic World spell. We're on the spells now. No pain, no gain. Pay 2 gauge, discard 2, draw 2, discard 1. Now, you guys might be thinking, why is it my favorite Magic World spell when it's basically just costs more gauge, and it's like a worse version of Nice One? Well, that's because of a combo that's available in Magic World. I forgot what it was. I'll look it up later, and I'll put it in the description. Where no pain, no gain is a very good part of that combo, and it's just all types of bullshit. If I remember to, I'll look it up later, and I'll put it in the description. 1 copy, I only have 1. 2 of Warrior, also like its art, and it's also a double rare. So, not Warrior, the no pain, no gain. So, Warrior is, you may only cast a card if you have 3 more spells in drop. That's what I hate about this thing. Even though you like spell ramming, even though you like to spell ram, most of the times, for some reason, I'll draw this on my opening hand. I don't know why, and I never have it takes a while for me to get the 3 spells. But if you can get it off, counter, return a card from your opponent's field into their hand. Really nice. You just get rid of something. Say, for example, Liai. If they don't have Excel Blade Kanisada equipped and they have the other one, you bounce that one. It's cool. Really nice. Just get rid of their cards, or just annoying monsters, or just attacking cards in general. 2 of Teachings of a Fighting Emperor. So, you put the top card of your deck into your gauge for each Dragon Trap monster on your field. You can gain a max of 3 in this deck. Normally 2 for me. Then, if you have a Dragon on your field, draw 1. This can only activate once per turn. That's really nice, because you can basically charge 3, draw 1, or charge 2, draw 1, which can get the job done for your gauge if you're ever in trouble and you're playing God Punks, which I did play against yesterday, and I won with this deck only because of that spell, just giving me gauge all around. Next up, 2 copies of my favorite Magic World spell. Well, okay, I'm sorry. 2 copies of my second favorite Magic World spell. Nice one. I am a sucker for draw cards, and this is one of my favorites. Pay gauge, draw 2. Once per turn effect. I love this. This card has been reprinted so many times. I love this card with all my living soul, because it's just a free draw. It's just a free +2, and it can do a lot for you. Next up, I would suggest running 4. Next up, 2 of everyone's favorite Magic World spell, except for mine, but I still like it. Sephiroth's Lecture. You may only cast this card if you cast a spell during this turn. Counter. Look at the top 2, add 1 to your hand, send the other one to your gauge. And you may only cast this once per turn. That's the sucky part about this. You can only cast one once per turn. But basically, as long as you cast a spell, even if it's a shield, you can cast it during your opponent's turn and then get more hand cards out. That's really nice. You could basically search your deck for a null, technically, on your opponent's turn if there's a null in your top 2. 2 of Great Spell Circle of Deity Dragon. I just have to say I love this art where it's like Blade Mage, but like doing some attack or weird thing. Set. All Deity Dragon type on your field get plus 1k power and defense. That counts for your item too. That means your item can have defense, I guess. If I'm wrong about that, can someone put that in the comments, please? Because I think I might be right or I might be wrong. And then at the start of your opponent's turn, choose a spell from your drop zone, and you may drop a hand card. If you do put the chosen spell into your hand, you can only set 1. That's actually really good. Like, say you need to recycle a shield, or like summon draw spells like Nice One or Warrior, or like No Pain, No Gain, or Sephiroth's Lecture. You can just recycle everything. That's really nice. That's what I do in most of my games. I wish I had 4. Run it at 4. Don't run anything less. I run 2 because I only have 2. 4 of Protect Magic. So, all, Magic Bird's shield, of course. You may only cast a card during attack of the opponent's turn, and if you have a Deity Dragon trap on your field. Put a spell from your drop zone at the bottom of your deck, nullify the attack, and put the top card of your deck into your gauge, gain a life, and draw 1. Really nice. It recycles spells. It's like a walking... It's a shield version of Dragon Emperor Legend, but better. Because it recycles your spells. The sucky part is if you don't have a spell and drop, you can't use this. But that doesn't matter to me. It's literally just a better version of Dragon Emperor Legend because it's actually a shield. Run 4 and nothing less. Now onto our items. 2 of Deity Dragon Sword Cane Gar Courage. I don't have the other one, the one that has double attack like Magic Bird, because it's a secret pack card. So, and I cut this down from 4 to 2 because of placement issues with my decks. I accidentally overcounted of what I needed. 7k power, 1 crit, pay 1 gauge to equip it. When you cast a spell for this turn, this card gets plus 2 crit and penetrate, once per turn effect. Really nice. They had to put that once per turn effect on there, otherwise I would have had situations where I couldn't have gotten this thing to 7 crit with penetrate and go 7. Restand by an effect. 7. Screw you, I win. That's a really nice that's a really nice item. Run, I guess, 2, yeah. Or like swap it out for the double attack one. 3 copies of our impact now. We're on our impacts. 3 copies of Spiral Ingings. I have 1 copy of another one. You all know what it is, but I'm gonna save it for last because it's that good. So you may cast a card if your opponent has 4 life or less, and you have a Dragon monster in your field. Put 3 spells from your drops on the bottom of your deck in any order and pay 2 gauge. Deal 4 damage to your opponent's damage cannot be reduced. That's really good because it's just like a free, flat out 4 damage to your opponent. It recycles spells, so even if they somehow live through this, even if they somehow live through the impact, you still got 3 more spells back in your deck, and deck stacking is a really nice thing with this deck, especially since this deck mills a lot because of Magidog alone for some reason. So this is a decent impact. But I would suggest cutting it out for this Deity Gargantua Punisher Magic World. You may only cast this card if your opponent has 5 life or less, and you have a Dragon monster on your field. Pay 2 gauge, deal 5, and you cast a spell this turn. Pay 2 gauge, deal 5 damage to your opponent, and this damage cannot be reduced, and this card cannot be nullified. And look at my golden foiling, too. Look at this, baby. Just like the golden outline foiling. This is a really good impact. Run 4 at all times. All times. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was my Future Card Buddy Fight Dramagi video. Or Dramagi, however you want to call it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. And I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to raise your flag. Can you pull a Buddy Rare card?